Week with Coach Sheréa, our strategic Sundays at 7:30 a.m. This is designed to help you master your productivity, achieve your goals, and pursue your dreams and your passions. So I'm gonna get right into it. I changed my office this morning, so I don't have my beautiful books behind me. Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed and unprepared for the week? You know, we are going into a new week. We're going into Monday. A lot of people dread Mondays. I was listening to Les Brown, and he had a recording from a couple of years ago that's saying that most recorded heart attacks are Mondays between like 8 and 10, and it was like because people hate going to work. So I hope that um, if that's you, and if you, I actually love Mondays. It's one of my favorite days of the week. It's an opportunity I feel like to restart, to recharge, to reset, and so I love Mondays. And so if you don't love Mondays, there's a lot of things. I'm gonna do a video on that. There's a lot of ways that you can plan in advance. One being this session to help you appreciate Mondays a little better. Um, so I am Coach Sheréa VéJauan. I help individuals achieve their dreams through the power of goal setting with my 30-day goal mastery challenge and my exclusive one-year goal success plan, which some of you are members of. I am also a Maxwell leadership coach. Um, and so the goal is to help you get more out of your week by planning in advance, to stay on task with the life goals that you set for yourself, and to schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule. And so you also want to create a consistent routine that helps you get more done through the week, things that keep you accountable by setting aside a specific time, which is today. I actually love to plan on Saturdays because I have an extra day to go shopping and things like that. Um, but this is the time that I have available to spend with you guys, which is this time before we go to church and stuff. So the ultimate goal, which is why I want to help you plan your week, is so you can reclaim your time. A lot of times we don't have time for our goals because we're busy still putting out fires from the week. So you want to reclaim your time so you can show up better in the world and have more time to focus on what truly matters, which is you, your life, your passions, your purpose. And so this gives you an opportunity to set and achieve your goals, to have time to pursue your dreams, and to live out your purpose. And the slides will not let me be great this morning, but that's all right. So before we begin, you want to have a quiet place to be alone. Make sure you have all your materials, your downloads, if you need candles, and just block out the time. And then when you're done with me, you want to block out another 1 to 2 hours to go deeper into your planning, your meal planning, your week planning, and things like that. We're just kind of going to go over the general way of how I plan my week. All right, repetition is the key to forming new habits. So each week, if you're here with me, you're going to notice that we repeat the same core information every week. And I add a couple updates and specifics, but essentially we follow the same plan and same pattern. So if you have your goals journal, you have your planner, you want to always bring that with you on Saturday, and we just go through it together. When I first started with my goals journal, I realized that people who were setting and achieving goals for the first time, it was a lot for them. And so we got together I got together, and I still do once a month, and go through that journal with people who live in my community. So you want to have your daily planner. If you don't have your planner, let me see if I can move my face. Then you want to go ahead and scan the QR code, and that way you get a copy of the goals journal, a digital version, and you get a version of the planner. And you can upload that into your good notes if you have an iPad, and then you can print it out. I do both. I print mine out, and I have Goodreads. So in your planner, you have a place to put this week's goals, your priorities, your personal to-do list, your habit tracker. This particular daily planner is from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. I get up at between 3 and 4. Um, so for those of you who are early risers, you have to use this one just starts at 7 to 9. And then you have a space to put your priorities, your top 3 priorities for the day. And then we start with reflection. Follow effective action with quiet reflection. From quiet reflection will come even more effective action. And if you have a copy of the journal, you'll notice that I thought that reflection, just like exercise, is a waste of time. I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to get on this treadmill. 30 minutes on the treadmill, I could be finishing this book. I could be finishing this project. But most of you who know, if you work out, exercise actually helps the day, so it's not taking time away. And just like reflection, I don't feel like sitting back taking some time to reflect, but reflection can help you with your plan of action. I firmly believe that. So what we want to do, we want to reflect on the past week, and we want to expect for the next week. So I call it reflect to expect. I'm going to read my personal reflections. So, and I'm going to be posting this up on my blog for today. But this week was like a milestone for us. My granddaughter came home for the first time. And so my daughter and her husband, they wanted to have bonding time with the baby. So we weren't allowed to come and visit, but we did a lot of FaceTiming. She sent us pictures every day and kind of kept us in the loop. We got to talk to her. We got to sing to her. But it was so interesting because she lives down the street. And so for somebody to be that close to us in proximity, yet unable to communicate, to be together live, it was kind of interesting because with the way we behaved, you would think we lived in another state when we just live in the same state up the street, and just honoring what they wanted to do as parents. But it was an interesting dynamic. And then my daughter's boyfriend, who is going through boot camp for the Marines, he's not that far away either. He's like in San Diego, yet he's not connected to the everyday, what's happening with, he's not on his cell phone. He's not on social media. When things happen, we can't text him right away. Like when my daughter had the baby, we couldn't say, hey, Jasmine's in the hospital, meet us there. We had to wait, write a letter, wait for that letter to get there, then wait for him to read it, wait for him to respond. And so that was a different type of communication. And so my reflection of the week is also learning to appreciate the presence of people and the opportunity to have access to the now. We have so much access to the now. Sometimes we can be in the car with somebody, or we could be sitting right there with a person and not acknowledge that we're in the now. But these two different dynamics of how I had to communicate with two people that I care about, it kind of made me appreciate the now. It also made me have respect even for Jonah to be able to not be connected to so many things, so he can be immersed in what he's already doing. So that's a whole bar for itself. And I'll probably get into that a little bit more on my blog. But reflecting and then figuring out, like, man, based on what I experienced this week, how am I going to bring that into next week? All right. And then we're going to talk about your plans, mastering your daily schedule. This is like the key. Like, how do you master your day? So the first thing I do, for those of you who work like a 9 to 5, or those of you who have a set schedule, those of you who kids may be in school and they go to school from this time to this time, I put those set schedules in first. If you work in, put your 9 to 5. If your kids have school, put that in there. Then I go through my personal schedule, my work schedule, my church schedule, my volunteer schedule. I kind of look at my birthdays and anniversaries. If like my son's birthday was the 12th, and then my birthday's coming up, so I kind of look at those and put those on the calendar. Maybe I need to take off a day. Maybe, I'm getting my hair done or getting nails done because of a certain event, need a new outfit, which causes me to go shopping. And then my accountability groups. I'm a part of a lot of accountability groups. My morning meetup, my ACEs, my John Maxwell, my Girl Mob, my Gold Slayers. And so I don't attend every meeting for those, but I do try to attend most. So the goal would be to make sure they're on the calendar. And then once my main things are put in, then those things I have time for. And then I build in my routines, my gym routine, my personal development routines, my reading schedule. And then any adjustments, any changes. Maybe the job is closed this week, or maybe your kids are out of school for the summer. So now where you were taking them to school, you're not, but maybe you're putting them in another program. So that's how I start with my standard schedule, my personal schedule, and then my adjustments. And then I go through what's coming up, special holidays, if there's events, Memorial Day, things like that, 4th of July, um, Christmas, Thanksgiving. So, you want to plan your holidays in advance. And if you work a 9 to 5, don't wait until the last minute to ask for the day off, because everybody's waiting to the last minute. Get those things in like a couple months ahead, a couple weeks ahead. That way you're guaranteed if you're going out of town, things like that. Time blocking allows you to intentionally schedule your most important tasks. It prevents you from filling your days reactively. And so I time block, which is setting aside a specific amount of hours for many tasks. And so my sleep is 9:30 to 3:30 a.m. If I get up at 4 a.m., I try to get to bed by 10. So my goal is to get at least 6 hours of sleep. My main goal is to get 8, but at least 6 as minimum. And then my morning routine, I set aside about 70 minutes for my shower, my hygiene. And then I have an accountability call from 4:40 to 6:15, even though that 6:15 goes into my drive time, my commute time. And so I start my call here at home, and then I continue it in the car. And then my 5 to 9:30 is kind of my reflective, my what do you call it, time that I put in, that either I'm taking a course, I'm taking a class, my personal event. And so if someone's asking me to do something and they're asking me between um, 1:30 and 4:30, I'll have to make some adjustments because I don't have that in my time block. But if they're saying, hey, 5 to 9:30, okay, I might have that in my time block. Saturdays, I had a coaching call. We just ended that. So I have this time available right now, kind of. And then Sundays, I have family and Jesus. So church and my family. So my daughter says, okay, come over this week. What week, what day you want to come? Well, Sunday, I know that day is available for family. It's available if someone else says, hey, you want to go out with us Sunday after church? Sure, because we have this time available. So either we have it where people can come to our house, or we have it where we can go out to their house. So I try to keep that day free. And then budget. We're in a new month, 14 days in. Try to look at your budget, look at what's coming out automatic. Those automatics will get to you. Make sure you add in your special events. So, what's coming up this week that may take you off your budget? Meal planning, definitely meal planning. We're going to go out. I should have done that yesterday, but today we'll go out and we're going to have salads next week. So our goal, I haven't really meal prepped, but we're going to do oatmeal for breakfast, and we're going to do salads for lunch all week. So, and then we're fasting on Wednesday. So I kind of have an idea of how that's going to look. And if you're a part of the 1 year success plan, you have the advantages and disadvantages of meal prepping. I have a 4-step method of meal planning. And then I have another method where I kind of check my schedule. I kind of note my social events, kind of review family activities, consider appointments that you have. And based on that, you also want to plan your meals. Because if you have an event on Wednesday night after work, then you're either going to have to eat out, or you're going to have to make a crock pot meal, or you're going to have to pack your lunch. So based on your schedule, things that are upcoming, you want to plan that now because that's going to affect everything, your budget and everything, right? And then I just have the benefits of meal prepping. And if you don't meal prep or meal plan, you can also have theme. So like Meatless Monday. You may not know what you're going to make on Monday, but you know it's not meat. Taco Tuesday. Maybe you're switching up your tacos, shrimp tacos this week, turkey tacos next week, chicken tacos, so every Tuesday is going to be some type of Taco Tuesday or Mexican theme. Wellness Wednesday, Crockpot Thursday, Fast Food Friday. Maybe every Friday you say, you know what, I'm not cooking, I'm going to go out and eat. And then Salad Saturday. So maybe every Saturday just having a big salad. And then there's all kind of meal planning services that you can use. Some of them will just plan your menu. Some of them will bring you meals. Some of them will bring you the ingredients. Some will have pre-planned meals already cooked. So there's all types of options that you have right now with meals. And then goal setting. So this month we are working on our personal development goals. We want to review and reflect on our goals, and we have a reading plan. So our reading plan for July, this is Sunday, July 14th. So we are finishing up our research. So whatever your top personal development goal is for July, all last week you should have been figuring out what books you want to read, what magazines, what websites, the support you need. And then this week you're going to write out your affirmations. And again, if you're a part of our success program, you have a copy of what some sample affirmations are. If you don't have your book, you can go to the ultimategoalshandbook.com and get a copy. And then you have a space to put your personal goals. So your personal routines. So say like this month is personal development goals, personal growth, and maybe your goal is to read 100 books or read 50 books or read a book a year. A book a month. So you want to put in maybe every Wednesday, reading Wednesday. Maybe you have a commute to work and that commute is 1 hour. So maybe you're listening to that book 30 minutes up, 30 minutes back. So you want to put in your routines on getting that done. To me, that's an important thing when it comes to reaching your goals is execution and having some type of routine. What are you reading? I love books. I just started a new playlist on my YouTube channel called Sheréa's Bookshelf. And so this month I'm reading, of course, the 2024 Goals Journal, Oversubscribe, Building a Story Brand, 15 Valuable Laws of Growth, and then Apple Cider Vinegar by Patricia Bragg. So those are the books that I'm reading this month. Based on your goals and what you have set for yourself, what books do you need to read? A lot of times people will say, well, what are you reading? Or what do you suggest reading? I suggest reading the books that are going to bring you closer to your goals and what you need that's going to literally change your life. And then again, for our Empower Hour book club on Amazon, our book of the month is 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. All right. And then once you put everything together, I know it's a lot. After I hand write everything out, I put everything into my Google Calendar. And what I like about the Google Calendar is that it color codes everything. And I put in my addresses, I put in repeat events, I put in my accountability calls, and then it's all there color coded. So, and then you see all my calendars on the side. A lot of people use Notion or Motion. They use Asana, Monday.com. There's a lot of other things you can use to help you with your calendar. I've used them all, and I've gone back to Google Calendar. If you need help with your goal setting, I have a 30-day goal mastery challenge. So you can visit 30daygoalchallenge.com. And then also I have a 1-year goal success plan. So that is a monthly commitment. So go ahead and scan the QR code. The 30-day challenge is a one-time challenge. You have, I think, 60 days. You have 30 to take it, and you have 30 extra days to review and check out the replays. Okay? So those are 2 great resources for you, monthly, yearly commitment. And thank you. Thank you for joining me this Sunday. We got through that in less than 30 minutes today. And so I hope that this has helped you plan your week. If you need additional planning, go ahead and watch the replay. And I will see you guys again on next Sunday with Win the Week with Coach Sheréa VéJauan. All right. Have a good Sunday, you guys.